Everybody, it's Ocelot, and welcome to the final part of our OP Dex Arcane Eleonora's Poleblade guide. In this last part, we're going to finish off the Remembrance bosses. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and pick off where we left off on the last one. We had just finished killing Loretta, so now we're going to continue on with Millicent's quest. Let's go to the Inner Aeonia site of Grace. We're going to be fighting Commander Neal. Go ahead and sneak up behind him, and he'll go down relatively easy with a few jump attacks. After you get the needle from him, you're going to want to go east and take the Sage Gallery. He's going to repair it, but before he gives you the repaired needle, you'll either need to reload the area by quitting out and loading back in, or going back to the site of Grace. So once he gives you the repaired needle, go to Millicent, rest at the site of Grace, exhaust her dialogue. She in turn will move to Sage Gallery's position. Exhaust her dialogue here at Gallery's shack. Next, we're going to be going after Valkyrie's prosthesis in the Shaded Castle. So go ahead and warp to the Bridge of Iniquity site of Grace. Make your way to the castle. Pick up the Valkyrie's prosthesis. Now we're going to warp to the Erdtree Gazing Hill site of Grace. We're going to look for Millicent there. Exhaust her dialogue here.
We meet again. In truth, it's been smooth sailing for me.
Warp to the Windmill Heights site of Grace where we fought the Godskin Apostle earlier. Exhaust her dialogue here.
We meet yet again.
Go ahead and warp to the ancient Snow Valley Ruin site of Grace in the mountaintops. You'll find Millicent again. Exhaust her dialogue here.
Call upon me.
Our next location will be at the prayer room site of Grace in the Halig Tree.
Again we meet.
So go ahead and exhaust her dialogue here.
But in what capacity? Whatever the case, though.
Next, make your way to the Drainage Channel site of Grace. Pop golden runes so you can complete a level. We're going to be putting 1 point into Dexterity. Also, we're going to be doing a talisman change. Before we can continue on with the side quests, we need to fight a boss that does not bleed. So go ahead and equip the Fire Scorpion shard. Also, as far as the tiers go, you want the Flame Shrouding Crack tier with the Faith Knot Crystal tier. Make your way to the next boss before we can continue on with Millicent's quest. Put on your buffs. As you walk into the Rot Lake there, the boss will spawn in. The boss is weak to fire, which is why we put on the Flame Shrouding Crack tier and the Fire Scorpion charm. You should be able to take it out easily with Dragonfire at range, or if you want to go with melee attacks with your dual wield setup, you can do that as well. Now, go ahead and make your way to the summon sign. Just follow my character on screen. You're going to want to choose the gold summon sign to aid Millicent. It's going to be you and Millicent versus her 4 sisters. After successfully defeating Millicent's sisters, you'll be rewarded with the Rotten Wing Sword insignia. This is going to replace the Wing Sword insignia, so go ahead and replace that now. And this is the last talisman we're going to be acquiring for this run. To swap in the Lord of Blood's Exaltation just yet. When we're done here, we're going to warp back to Sage Gowry's shack. We're going to kill him and we're going to acquire another talisman. Flock's Canvas Talisman. Also, we're going to be getting his Bell Bearing. It's going to allow us to purchase another incantation, Pest Threads. So go ahead and take care of Gowry. And once you're done with Gowry, we're going to warp to the Round Table Site of Grace. And we're going to give his Bell Bearing to the Twin Maiden Husk and purchase Pest Threads. When you're done here at the round table, we're going to warp to the foot of the forge. We're going to do tier swaps. You're going to want to have the Thorny Crack tier and the Faith tier equipped. So swap out the Flame tier. Also, if you'd like, you can use Flock's Canvas Talisman instead of the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. We're going to be putting in Pest Threads. We're going to be using that on Phase 2 for Fire Giant. For Phase 1, we're going to go with melee attacks. We're going to put on your buffs. Watch out on Phase 1 for his stomping attacks and for his fireball attacks. He also does a swing when you're near his foot besides the stomping attacks. With this setup though, you should be able to send him to Phase 2 pretty quickly. So once you send Fire Giant to Phase 2, you're going to want to switch to Pest Threads, and you're going to want to aim at his chest and just spam Pest Threads as much as possible. Fill up your FP as needed. This fight with Fire Giant just showcases the versatility of this build. Melee attacks and incantations. And with that, Fire Giant is easily taken down. So go ahead and level up at the next Grace. Put 2 points into Dexterity. Talk to Malenia. She'll sacrifice herself and send you to Crumbling. In Crumbling, make sure to pick up the Ancient Dragon's Prayer Book. This is on the path that you need to take, so you shouldn't be able to miss it. So for the Godskin Duo fight, make sure to craft as many sleep pots as you can hold. If you need help with the fight, there's going to be a gold summon sign right before the entrance, so you can summon Knight Bernal to help you out if you need the help. So before we put on our buffs, we're going to put the duo to sleep. So go ahead and have your sleep pots equipped, walk in the door, and get ready to throw them. To sleep, go ahead and put your buffs on. Make sure you're not near them so they don't take damage from Howl Shabriri. Fill up your FP. Get your sleep pots ready just in case. And send it. So with the duo down, go ahead and put 2 points into dexterity. Make your way to the next grace, which is just past the Crucible Knight. At this next grace, we're going to be equipping Lightning Spear. So go to your Memorize Spell menu, put on Lightning Spear, and if you'd like, you can have the Gravelstone Seal in your offhand with the Dragon Seal in your casting hand. This will easily take you through this bird section. Dragon is completely optional, but I usually take him out mainly because he starts off with very low health. I use Pest Threads here. You can use Pest Threads or you can use Jump Attacks. This dragon really has no health, and it will reward you with around 30,000 runes and a Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. So go ahead and continue on to the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Not much to say here. Should go down easy with a few jump attacks. If you don't take him down fast, his horse will do Fire Breath at you, and he can do slams with his weapon and Lightning Strike with his weapon. Once you take him down, before we continue on, let's go to the Church of Vows and talk to Muriel. We're going to give Muriel the Ancient Dragon Prayer Book, and you're going to purchase Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike. Once you do this, we're going back to Crumbling. Before we continue to Maliketh though, let's go ahead and prepare ourselves for a fight with Placidusax. So make sure you have the Gravelstone Seal in your offhand. The Dragon Seal will always be your casting seal. As for the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, you can put on the Lightning Scorpion Charm or Flux Canvas Talisman. After you're prepared, go ahead and make your way to Placidusax Arena. Before you aggro Placidusax, drink your physic. You're going to put on Golden Bow. And I don't put on Hal Shabriri until after he does his first round of Red Lightning. So you'll see the ground light up red. That's your cue to walk out of it and put on Hal. Continue forward, and after the next round of lightning, you can refill your FP if you'd like. I didn't do so. I used Pest Threads, but I saw there wasn't that much damage, so instantly I switched to Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike. When you see Placidusax go up in the air like that, he's going to teleport away. Run to the nearest wall as soon as possible, and keep your eyes up in the air and wait for him to slam down on you. Dodge the attack. Watch for his teleporting. At this point, with this low health, he may continue to teleport into the air or attack you. Here, he teleports back into the air. Just continue to make your way to the wall. Placidusax down. Let's go ahead and warp back to beside the Great Bridge site of Grace. Let's go ahead and make sure we have the correct equipment on. You can unequip the Gravelstone Seal. let's swap out the last talisman slot for the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. For the gauntlets, we can put the Lionel's gauntlets back on. Let's go ahead and level up. We want to put 3 points into Vigor, 1 point into Dexterity. After that, we're going after Maliketh. So for Maliketh, he usually opens up with the jab and 2 side swipes. Sometimes another jab. This time he went straight to the overhead swipe. That's going to be your opening to attack. Here, after this attack is another opening. You can either roll through it like I did or jump over it. When he does the long swipe also from right to left, that's another cue for you to attack. For phase 2, take a few steps back, wait for the swipe, walk in, a few jump attacks, and Maliketh goes down really easy. We're going to be teleported to Lanedale, capital of Ash. Let's go ahead and level up. We're going to put 2 points into Dexterity, and we're going to take on Gideon next. For Gideon, make sure to put on your buffs as close to him as possible before he starts his speech. When he's doing his speech, you want to wait for him to say the word Lord until you start attacking.
I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. Queen Maliketh's high throne. I know.
Down goes Gideon. Let's go ahead and put 1 point into Dexterity, and the next boss will be Godfrey / Horah Loux. With phase 1, you want to watch out for the stomp attacks. You also want to watch out for his area of effect, what looks like a volcano attack. He slams his axe into the ground, does a stomp, and pillars shoot up into the sky. Phase 2, take a few steps back so you don't get grabbed. A few jump attacks, and you should easily take him down. And down goes Godfrey. Go ahead and level up. We're going to put 3 points into Dexterity. Next Remembrance boss will be Radagon. Now since this last boss is immune to bleed, we're going to swap out the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, and you have quite a few choices to choose from. You can put on the Prosthesis Wearer Heirloom for +5 to Dexterity, which will raise your attack rating on both of your weapons. You can put on Radagon's Sword Seal if you'd like, which will raise it even more, but you'll take increased damage. You can put on a Defense Talisman. You can put on Flock's Canvas Talisman. You can go with the Fire Scorpion Charm. You can go with the Lightning Scorpion Charm. I went ahead and went with the +5 to Dexterity. For Radagon, you can go ahead and get 2 sets of jumping attacks off right away. This will make him jump in the air, which you can get another jump attack off. On the slam down, make sure you roll and get another few jump attacks off. Make sure to put on your buffs before Elden Beast. For Elden Beast, you can do jump attacks. I chose to go with the Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike. Once you see it go up into the air like that, turn around and run away from it. Might do 1 ring or 3 rings. Usually 1 ring on the first time. He'll spawn right in front of you. I went with Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike. It's decided to do Elden Stars, but at the beginning you can completely ignore it. I ignored it, and since he started doing melee, I went for the attacks on him. When Elden Stars is close to the end, there's a big explosion. You want to run away from that. Down goes Elden Beast, and congratulations, you beat the game. There is, however, 2 more Remembrance bosses we're going to go after, so go ahead and level up, put 4 points into Dexterity, and let's go after Mohg. Now, this is one way to get to Mohg, through the Consecrated Snowfields. The reason I did this was I forgot that I had already went to Mohg's Palace. If you remember, we went to go get the Ancient Dragon Somber Stone, so you can just go ahead and teleport there directly. However, if you'd like to go through the Consecrated Snowfields, you'll have to fight this invader. After you fight the invader, there's going to be a teleporter you can go through. I'll show you after the invader goes down exactly where you can find the teleporter. Our loadout for Mohg, both of our twin blades, Dragon Communion Seal, White Mask, Raptor's Black Feathers, Lionel's Greaves and Gauntlets. We can use a Lord of Blood's Exaltation. If you would like, you can swap out the Thorny tier for the Purifying Crystal tier. I didn't do it though. Make sure to go ahead and equip Mohg Shackle. Put on Golden Vow and Howl Shabriri before you walk in. However, don't put on Seppuku on the Godskin Peeler until after you've spawned Mohg in.
Welcome, honored guest, to the birthplace of our dynasty.
Mohg Shackle only has 2 charges, and you can use them only in phase 1 before he finishes his countdown, before he starts Nihil. You'll see me use 1, lay off on the attacks, and then wait to continue attacking until I use my 2nd charge. And down goes Mohg, relatively easy. Go ahead and level up. We're going to put 3 points into Dexterity. We have one remembrance boss left, but there is a little bit of preparation that I'd like to do. So let's go ahead and head back to the mountaintop of the giants, White Ridge Road site of grace. We're going into the marked area. In here, we're going to be going after the giant's prayer book. So once you grab the giant's prayer book, let's go to the Church of Vows. We're going to turn it into Muriel. We're going to be purchasing a few incantations.
Oh, what? Very well.
We want to purchase Giant's Flame Take Thee, and also Flame Fall Upon Them. Next, head to the round table and turn in the Fire Giant's Remembrance and get Burn O' Flame. Those are going to be the incantations you're going to want to equip. So you're going to want Golden Vow, Hellish Abriri, and the 3 fire incantations we just purchased. So there's our incantation loadout. I usually pop as many golden runes as possible, so I have close to 0 when I fight Malenia. This will give me 1 point into dexterity. Before we go into the boss fog, let's go to Weeping Peninsula and buy some kukris. I use these to bait out waterfowl downs against her. If you'd like, you can switch out the Thorny Crack tier for the Fire tier. It's up to you whether you think you'll be using more fire incantations or melee attacks. I stuck with the Thorny Crack tier. So with Malenia, again, just watch out for Waterfowl Dance. This usually happens with about a third of her health taken away. With about a third of her health taken away, she can do it at any time. I like to open up with Burn O' Flame. If she walks into it, usually it'll send her into the air. If it doesn't, just back off, heal up, and go for it again. So the next attack I do is going to take her into phase 2. For phase 2, what I do is I lock off immediately, run under her and then to the right. Fill up my FP. Get Giant's Flame Take Thee ready. Throw a Freezing Pot first. Throw 1 Giant's Flame Take Thee. If you have a chance to throw more, go for it. Then I back off and watch out for the clone attack. With Malenia down, you just finished killing off all of the Remembrance bosses. That's 15 out of 15. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope everything was clear. If you're going to continue on with this character, I'm going to be making a New Game Plus guide for this specific character.
I'm sorry.
What you're going to want to do is put 1 point into Vigor, 2 points into Dexterity. If you're going to level cap at RL 150, just put 6 more points into Vigor. Here, I want to show you that we did 15 out of 15 Remembrance bosses. This is a loadout we had most of the run. On New Game Plus, we'll be switching out the Ritual Sword Talisman for Millicent's prosthesis. Again, here's our stats. If you're capping at RL 150, just put 6 more points into Vigor. And there it is. 15 out of 15 Remembrance bosses. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Please watch out for my next guides. I'm doing full game guides on different weapons, different Ashes of Wars. If you have one you'd like to see, leave it in the comment below. See you guys on the next one. Bye.
The battle is over, I see. I do solemnly swear to every living being and every living soul. Now cometh the age of the stars. 1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond. Into fear, doubt, and loneliness, as the path stretcheth into darkness. Well then, shall we? My fair consort eternal.